Hello, good morning, lovelies. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. I hope you're enjoying the videos so far. I hope you're enjoying the online learning at home. And yeah, so welcome to our first online science lesson. We're going to continue where we stopped at school, and let's start. So first we're gonna do a quick review of the reproduction. We've already done this page, we've already done this lesson, so we're just gonna do like a quick reminder just to refresh your memories and to help the students who were absent, or the students who were there, who attended the lesson but were not paying attention. So yeah, this is for all of us, just to just refresh our memories. Okay, so I'm gonna read reproduction, and then we're gonna review these two questions. Okay, so I'm gonna read and I'm gonna highlight also like the most important ideas. So reproduction. Most plants make seeds that grow into new plants. So the plants make seeds, and these seeds are the part of the plant that grow into new plants. Some plants grow stems or roots that grow into new plants. So plants can reproduce both ways. So plants grow stems and roots, and they can reproduce from the stems, and they can also reproduce from the root. They can reproduce both ways. When plants reproduce, they make more of the same kind. So this word is highlighted because it's the most important word here, and we've already talked about it, and we said it's two parts. We break it down into two, and we said that the base word is yes. So the base word is, very good, is produce, yes. And what is re? Yes, and very good, I'm proud of you. And re is yes, and re is the prefix. Yes, and re is the prefix, and this prefix means that it means again. Okay, so re, produce again, or grow again, or create again. So they make, let me just take this and bring the highlighter again. So they make more of the same kind. So we talked about this, and we said that an apple tree reproduce into an apple tree. Very good. So for example, maple trees produce seeds. These seeds can grow into new maple trees. So a maple tree, the seeds of a maple tree will not grow into an orange tree, right? Yes, so it's the same tree where the seeds come from. The seeds will grow into this plant or this tree. So let's highlight. I know we're highlighting a lot, but this is an important text. Each seed carries information from the parent plants. Okay, these, so like the same as I said, the seeds of an apple tree has information from the apple tree. So it will say that The apple tree is like a big tree. It has flowers, and it has leaves, and it has like this color and this color and this color, not this color, not this color. So it has a lot of information that tells which tree and which plant it's growing into. The seed uses this information and food stored from the parent plant in the seed to grow into new plants. So you remember when I said, and when we examined the seed, and I said, okay, when we grow, like when we planted our seeds in a plastic cups and there are no soil, so we said that they have air, they have oxygen from air, they have water because we gave them water, and they have energy from the sun, but they have no food. So how can these seeds grow? Yes, very good. So they have food from the food stored into the seeds. So there is food supply inside the seeds, and the plant or the seeds gets the food from the seeds itself. The new plant will be like its parents. After seeds are produced, they may scatter or move away from the parents, the plants. This gives the new plants more room to grow. So when the seeds are produced, they may fly away, okay? They may fly away from the parent plants, so they can grow in another place, okay? They can just fall besides the parent plant and grow besides it, but they can also fly away and scatter away and grow in a faraway place. Nice, good job. So let's go to number 1. Question number 1, predict. What may happen if seeds do not scatter? So if one seed do not scatter, what may happen to it? And I remember in my book, like most of you guessed that if the seed did not scatter away, yes, it will not reproduce. Very good. So they may not reproduce. Let's go to question number 2. Determine. Each seed in the picture below has a tiny parachute. How do you think these parachutes help seeds scatter? So as you see in the dandelion flower, this dandelion flower, it has seeds, and those seeds have parachutes. Wow! So these parachutes, how do they help the seed scatter away? Yes, you can pause the video and think a little bit, or you can just look at your book and give me the answer. Very good. They help the seed fly away from the parent plant. Nice, very good. Okay, so let's move quickly to the next page. Here you can write the date, or you can write it in the one before, but this is the new. So it's 23rd March 2020. We didn't write the date in the previous page because it already has a date. So this is the new lesson. Okay, so we're gonna read the text, but we can also look at the picture here. So this is a flower, as you can see, and we're going to look at the parts of the flower. So what is this, what this is, and we can also know what these are. Okay, yes, so you already know that these are the palettes, but what are these? We will see. Okay, so let's read parts of a flower. Where I'm gonna take a highlighter again. Yes, flowering plants grow flowers that make seeds. You remember when we were talking and when we were classifying plants, we said that we have two kinds of plants. Yes, what are they? Very good. Flowering plants and oh my god, flowering plants and non-flowering plants. So here we're talking about which kind? Yes, we're talking about the flowering plants. So how do flowering plants make seeds? The flowers of the flowering plants make seeds. Okay, so flowers have different parts. So if I am highlighting in my book, you also highlight or underline in your book. Okay, flowers have different parts. Okay, as we saw here, there are like many parts in a flower. One part makes pollen. We're gonna see what is pollen. So there is one part of the plant, of the flower, that makes pollen. Another part, the petals, yes, the petals attract bees and other animals to the flower. Yay! Look, so when they see the petals and they have like beautiful colors and maybe beautiful smells, so some animals and some insects, they are like fascinated and they really like the colors of the flowers and the smell of the flowers, so they go like running to the flower, so they are attracting the animals and the bees. Animals and or wind can pollinate or carry pollen to another flower. So pollen here is something like powder, you remember? Yes. So here it is produce pollen, okay, and the animals or bees, they are attracted by the petals, so they come to the flower and they're like sniffing the beautiful smells, and they're like enjoying the colors, and when they go away, they carry the pollen, they carry the powder inside the flower. Or wind, when it is like when there is wind, the wind like moves the pollen from one flower to another. So why this pollen is moving from one flower to another? So this is what we're going to see here. Pollination. So what do we mean by pollination? So pollination, okay, happens when an animal or wind move pollen to the parts of the flower that makes seeds. So the pollen moves from one flower to another, and that helps the flower makes seeds. So let's go back here. So when the pollen comes here, so this bee is bringing the pollen from another flower, and it brings it to this flower. So here the flower like takes the pollen and starts making seeds. So it makes seeds here by the pollen that the bee brought. Okay, very good. Are you following? After pollination, seeds form near the center of the flower. So the seeds are growing inside the flower, in the center. Okay, they are not like, let me get a highlighter again. So the seeds are not growing here, they are not growing here, they're not growing here, they're not growing here, they're growing here. Okay, in the center of the flower. Okay, in the center of the flower. So let me here, I will write seeds. Let's do it in black. Yes. Okay, you can also write it in your book. Write seeds in the center of the flower. Very good. Let's continue. Another part, fruit, often grows around the seed to protect it. A peach is an example of yes. So here again, let me get a highlighter again. So fruit often grows around the seed. So now that the flower already already grow seeds, now the seeds are growing into, very good, the seeds are growing into fruits. And when a fruit is growing, it's growing around the seed. It's growing around the seeds, so it protects the seeds. Example is a peach. So when you want to eat a peach and you split it in half, you found the seed inside, in the center. The same thing for apple. If you split an apple, you find the seeds inside. The same thing for oranges, the same thing for apricots, the same thing for pears, and all other kinds of fruits. Okay, so when the fruit is growing, it's growing from the seed and it's growing around the seed to protect it. Okay, very good. So let's go to number 3, text features. Tell what these captions help you learn about plant reproduction. So let's read these captions. First, pollen from this part of the plant help form the seeds. So the pollen, which is this powder, it helps in growing or in forming the seeds. Pollen sticks to the bodies of bees, and as bees look for food, bees can carry this pollen to the part of another flower that makes seeds. So it takes it from one flower to another flower to another flower. A flower's colorful petals, like beautiful red petals, attract insects and other animals that pollinate the flower. So the insects and the animals come to the beautiful petals, and when they're enjoying the petals, they carry the powder, they carry the pollen, and they carry it to another flower. The tip of this part, you see these, the tip of this part of the flower makes the pollen. So these part of the flower is the one responsible for making the pollen. Very good. Okay, now let's summarize. What is the function of one part of a flower? So I want you to reread the text again and look at the picture and take just only one part of the plant, of one part of the flower, and tell me what is its role. How does it help the plants? Okay, so you can pause the video and do it by yourself, like 3 minutes, and then we will correct together. I will correct on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we read the text again, and one part makes pollen, okay, and another part, the petals attract bees and other animals to the flower. So if we come here, we can see that the pollen, we have a pollen, we have the petals, and we have this part of the flower. So, and we also have the seeds, and we also have the fruit. So we have parts of this flower. Let's take the petals as an easy example. The petals. Yes. So the petals is the part of the flower, and the petals help in attracting the bees and animals to the flower. If you did another example, just let me know, okay? If you did the same example, you're good. If you didn't do anyone or anything, you didn't write anything, just correct and write this answer. I hope you understand. I hope this is easy. I will let maybe today or tomorrow I will also send you worksheets that you can do by yourself. So let's call it a day and see you next time. Bye.